Hey, this is Kenny for Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my video. As always, if you're new to my videos, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. In this video, I'm going to review two great records by two legendary jazz musicians. One is John Coltrane. The other is a record that was mentioned by one of my viewers in the comment section of one of my videos, a Stan Getz record. And after I review that Stan Getz record, I'm going to give my top 5 Stan Getz records of all time. I'm going to do that in this video. And I'm going to start with this John Coltrane, this Rhino high fidelity release of John Coltrane's 1961 album, Ole. Again, this was originally released in 1961. I think this is one of the last John Coltrane records on Atlantic Records, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe people in the comment section can correct me. But I'll show you the front of the record. This is high quality jacket by Rhino High Fidelity. Excellent. This is limited to 5,000 copies. I'll show you mine. I just happened to be in a bookstore, Barnes & Noble, and they had one of these available. I'll show you inside the gatefold as well. Back one more time. Inside the gatefold. I'll show you the label as well. It also comes with a very nice liner notes by the great jazz writer, great music writer, Ashley Kahn. I'll show you that in a second. There's one side of the label and other side of the label. And also came with the side obi strip. It says on this obi strip, 180 gram vinyl cut from the original analog master tapes by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. Pressed at Optimal Media. Heavy gatefold jacket. Includes extensive liner notes, exclusive liner notes by Ashley Kahn, limited to 5,000 copies. And these are the liner notes. This insert is part of the album with the copy of the master tape on the front and the back. And great, I showed that upside down, I'm sorry. That's the back. I'll show you the front one more time, just in case I showed that upside down. And inside of a great essay, great notes by Ashley Kahn. And the album was totally flat, like I said, heavy duty vinyl. I was highly impressed with the quality of the pressing. This album, again, was originally released in 1961. Includes John Coltrane on tenor and soprano sax, Freddie Hubbard trumpet, Eric Dolphy flute and alto flute, McCoy Tyner piano, Reggie Workman bass, Art Davis bass, and the great Elvin Jones on drums. This album includes 3 songs, and I will show you the song listing on the back of the record. The first song, Ole, which takes up the entirety of side 1, is a great song, a great composition, a very different and unique play, very different and unique approach to jazz by John Coltrane and the crew. It was fabulously performed. I was highly entertained by Ole, that great jazz performance. On this record, for the most part, you have the saxophone in the middle of the soundstage, or close to the middle of the soundstage, maybe slightly to the right of the center of the soundstage. And the rest of the instruments primarily are coming from the right and left speakers for the most part, with maybe a few exceptions. But I was really thoroughly entertained by all 3 of the songs in this record, especially Ole. And a second song on side 2 is called Aisha or Aisha. It's a fabulous McCoy Tyner jazz piece and composition, fabulously well performed and played by this great and legendary jazz group. I mean, when you have Freddie Hubbard and John Coltrane and Eric Dolphy and McCoy Tyner, Elvin Jones. You can't go wrong. John Coltrane Ole. Now, how would I review this album? How would I score this album on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best? I'm going to start with sound. The sound was exceptional. It was very pristine, very detailed. It was like, you know, these UHQRs I have on the shelf right here. It had that UHQR or that, craft recording one-step type of pristine sound to it. It really did. I was really amazed by the detail on this record. Props to Rhino High Fidelity and Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. What an amazing job they did. Like, the instruments were just full and dimensional. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to this record. There's no doubt about that. The sound, I'm going to give a 9. The only issue I had was it didn't take full advantage of the soundstage in terms of just having a saxophone in the middle of the soundstage. I wish it would have taken advantage of the entirety of the soundstage. That's a minor gripe, because when I was listening to this, I wasn't highly concerned about this. It just sounded beautiful. The performance, I'm going to give a 9 too. What a spectacular performance by John Coltrane and crew. I highly recommend this record. However, with this caveat, this one was issued on Rhino High Fidelity. I believe Analog Productions, Acoustic Sounds, as part of the Atlantic series of records they're doing, they're coming out with a 45 RPM version of this record. So I'm highly intrigued what their version of this record is going to sound like. I'll probably get that one and do a comparison video when it comes out. At least I hope I can. But that's going to be an amazing comparison to see how this 33 1/3 version sounds compared to the 45 RPM version. But I highly recommend this one. Or you can wait and get the 45 RPM issued by Analog Productions. That's going to be intriguing listening to that one. My next review, and before I get to my next review, I'd like to mention the affiliate links in the description section of my video. There's an affiliate link for NordVPN if you want to browse with security on the internet. If you spend a lot of time on the internet, on YouTube and other internet sites, you want security, especially if you're using like public Wi-Fi sometimes. I recommend NordVPN. I've been using NordVPN for, gosh, several years, and I enjoy their service. I spend more time on the internet than I do watching television, quite honest with the YouTube videos, so on and so forth, documentaries, maybe some of your music videos. So NordVPN, that link will be in the comments description below. And also I have some Amazon affiliate links in the description below. Even if you don't buy those products and you click on that link and purchase something else that you truly want to buy, I get a commission for that sale. I get commission for both Amazon and NordVPN. That'll help my channel out going forward. I really appreciate it. The second album I'm going to review was mentioned in the comment section by one of my viewers. It's called Sweet Rain. This one, the original record was issued in 1967. This was reissued by Analog Productions as part of their, I think, the Verb series that they're doing by Analog Productions. This was issued, I don't know if I can see a issue date on this one, 2024. Sweet Rain by Stan Getz. This can be purchased if you go to Analog Productions. Also, I'll leave a link on Amazon. I got mine through Amazon. If I can remember, I'll leave a link to purchase this on Amazon. I'll show you the front of the cover, the back of the cover, inside the gatefold. Also, keep in mind, I'm going to reveal my Stan Getz top 5 albums of all time at the end of this review. This album includes Ron Carter bass, Stan Getz obviously on saxophone, Grady Tate drums, Chick Corea piano, a nice acoustic jazz lineup. People don't realize Grady Tate had a nice singing voice. I have this one album where he sang one song. He had a beautiful singing voice, Grady Tate. But I'll show you the song listing inside of the gatefold. There are five songs. It starts off with the song Litha, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Litha, and that's one of my favorite, if not the favorite, composition on this record. Matter of fact, there's a favorite song on this record. One of them is pretty close. I'll get to that in a second. But it's a very nice jazz composition. We have great pace, great change of pace, great tempo, great interwoven jazz performances by all 3 or 4 musicians on this amazing jazz recording. Definitely check out Litha. O Grande Amor, which was performed by Stan Getz on his Getz Gilberto album, a vocal version of Grande Amor on that album. This is a acoustic version, no vocals obviously, but that's a nice performance. I prefer the Getz Gilberto version better. And the other composition I love on here, other song, is Windows. I believe that's a Chick Corea composition, and that is a great jazz performance by Stan Getz and the musicians on this album. Windows, a very nice jazz performance by Stan Getz and this crew overall. Now, if I were to grade the sound, Stan Getz at times felt very full, very dimensional, very detailed, along with most of the instruments on this record. I was really entertained by the great job that Analog Production did on this version of Sweet Rain by Stan Getz, and have very little complaint about the sound. I'll just have one little minor issue, is that the Stan Getz saxophone at times and Chick Corea's piano at times didn't sound very detailed as they should be at some times during this listen to this record. So I'm giving the sound at 8.5. The performance is a stone cold 9. This is a magnificent performance by Stan Getz, Chick Corea, Grady Tate, and Ron Carter bass. Stan Getz, Sweet Rain. I recommend you listen to this record for sure. I did a review, I think a mini review of a CD version of this record. I forgot when I did it, but this review and score pertains to the album version. Now my top 5 Stan Getz albums of all time. Please leave yours in the comment section below. I'll get started with mine. And mine starts with Stan Getz and Charlie Byrd, a collaboration between Stan Getz and Charlie Byrd called Jazz Samba. What a great album this was. I think it was originally issued 1962, I believe. A sensational jazz performance by a collaboration by Stan Getz and the great Charlie Byrd, one of the greatest jazz guitar players who ever lived, Charlie Byrd. Jazz Samba comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, and some of you have this at number 1, I do not, is Getz Gilberto. We all have to remember, these top 5, top 10 lists can change over time. If I did this video a year ago, I might have a different order. If I do it a year from now, I might have a different order. This is just my ranking as of the posting date of this video. If I listen to more Stan Getz material, this top 5 could change. But as of this date, Getz Gilberto was at number 4. This great collaboration between Astra Gilberto, Stan Getz, João Gilberto, the great legendary Brazilian musician Antonio Carlos Jobim. This was a smash hit when it came out. Hit the pop charts and the jazz charts simultaneously. A legendary transcendent album. But it comes in number 4 on my list because I think 3 are better than this one. We're going to get to those 3 in a minute. Getz Gilberto coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, I prefer Sweet Rain over Getz Gilberto personally. I just, for all the reasons I mentioned in my review, it's a great acoustic jazz performance by Stan Getz. Coming in at number 3, Sweet Rain, Stan Getz. At number 2, I reviewed this recently in a recent video with Stan Getz. Captain Marvel, Stan Getz with some electronic instruments, infusion is his performance. You have Chick Corea electric piano, Stanley Clarke bass, Airto Moreira, the great Brazilian percussionist Airto Moreira on percussion, and Tony Williams drums. This is a magnificent jazz album. I said in my video when I reviewed this album, this almost listened to Chick Corea Return to Forever, but with Stan Getz included. What a great combination. Stan Getz, Captain Marvel, at number 2. And at number 1, those of you who follow my videos the last couple of years, know what my number one is, and that is a jazz classical fusion masterpiece, Stan Getz, Focus. Amazing cover, amazing album. I read this biography about Stan Getz, and I think it mentioned in a biography, this is an album that Stan Getz is most proud of. And I determined in my 20s, in my early 20s, that this is the best Stan Getz album I've ever heard, and that has not changed in my mid-60s. Stan Getz, Focus, number one on my list. The greatest Stan Getz album of all time, in my opinion. Like I said, I know these top 5, top 10 lists can change. If I did this, rank those a year ago, 6 months ago, it could have been different from this ranking. That's just my ranking at this point in time. Just like all these top 10 lists, where there's top 10 musicians, jazz musicians, jazz singers. If we redo that list and forget about our previous list, it can change. That's just my ranking as of posting date of this video. Please leave your top 5, top 10 Stan Getz records in the comment section below. If you have John Coltrane Ole, Stan Getz, Sweet Rain, please leave your comments about those records in the comment section below. Check out those affiliate links, the NordVPN and Amazon affiliate links. I get a commission for those sales. Help my channel going forward. Please like and subscribe. God bless, strong love, and please keep the peace worldwide. And also, happy 2025 to those of you viewing this video early 2025.